I came home early. A delayed flight, a canceled meeting, fate's small joke. The house was quiet except for a faint clatter in the kitchen. I thought my wife was back early too, but it wasn't her voice that greeted me. Her sister stood there, barefoot, wearing my wife's robe. She poured coffee like she belonged in that kitchen, like she had been living in it for days. "Your wife asked me to comfort you," she said. Her tone was calm, practiced. I froze. "Where is she?" She smiled, too slowly. "She's with Arthur, on a honeymoon." I felt the world narrow. The sound of the spoon against the cup became unbearable. My fingers gripped the doorframe. "How long have you known?" Her lips curved, just slightly. "Does it matter?" She set the cup down, leaned forward. "Take off your clothes. Shall we begin?" For a moment I just stared at her. The robe, the smell of my wife's perfume on her skin, and something inside me went perfectly still. I didn't move, didn't speak. I just memorized her face. 2 weeks later, my wife came home. She looked radiant. Rehearsed. The kind of glow people mistake for happiness. She hugged me like nothing had changed, like I hadn't seen her sister wearing her life. "I missed you," she whispered. I didn't respond. My silence was my weapon. She didn't even feel the blade. That night, while she unpacked, I sat on the edge of the bed watching her reflection in the mirror. Every movement, every smile, it all seemed choreographed. She spoke about the trip, carefully avoiding names. I asked simple questions. She gave simple lies. And when she reached for my hand, I let her. Because the thing about betrayal is, if you look too wounded, you lose power. If you look calm, you become the one who writes the ending. So I listened, smiled, and planned. I began collecting her words the way a detective collects evidence. The missing receipts, the new phone number saved under work, the credit card charge from a boutique in Paris, dated the same week she claimed to be grieving her aunt's death. I didn't confront her. I cataloged her. Her sister stopped visiting, but I saw her name in my wife's texts, hidden under initials, coded messages that looked innocent to anyone not looking for patterns. I started recording. Conversations, calls, even the rhythm of her voice when she lied. At night, I'd watch her sleep, peaceful, as if deceit was her natural state. One evening, I found an email left open on her tablet, a hotel confirmation, 2 guests. One of them, Arthur Levin. Arthur, the name her sister had said so casually, like a knife slipped between ribs. I didn't rage. I didn't throw anything. I just stared at the screen until my pulse steadied again. Then I printed everything, emails, hotel receipts, call logs, and sealed them in an envelope. Not for the police, not for divorce court, for her. When I finally told her I knew, it wasn't during a fight, it was over breakfast. I placed the envelope beside her coffee cup. "Open it," I said. Her fingers trembled. She hesitated, as if the weight of the paper already told her what waited inside. When she saw the photos, the receipts, her face broke. Not into tears, into recognition. The mask fell away. She whispered, "Who told you?" "Your sister," I said softly. She looked up then, horrified, not because she was caught, but because she realized how deep the trap ran. I'd let her think she was still in control. I'd given her 2 weeks of peace to build a future that no longer existed. She stood, trembling. "It wasn't what it looks like. They always say that." I rose slowly, my voice even, detached. "I just needed to see which of you would lie better." Later that night, her sister came over. I invited her. The air was thick with tension. 2 women who had conspired together, now forced to sit across from each other, unaware that they'd already been undone. I poured coffee for both, the same way she had for me. Then I slid 2 envelopes across the table. "To you," I said, nodding at her sister, "a copy of every message you sent her husband." She went pale. And to you, I told my wife, a copy of everything you sent Arthur. He has his set too. The silence after that felt eternal. Neither spoke. Neither moved. I stood, calm. You both built a story where I was the fool. But the story's over. Now it's just consequences. Then I walked out. I left the house at dawn. Didn't pack much, just the things that still belonged to me. By noon, the calls began. Her sister first, then my wife. Apologies, hysteria, threats. I ignored them all. Somewhere between the sound of her begging and the silence that followed, I felt something shift inside me. Not relief, not triumph, just clarity. People think revenge feels like victory. It doesn't. It feels like finally hearing yourself breathe again after years of drowning quietly beside someone who smiled while holding your head underwater. Now, when I make coffee, I drink it black. No sugar, no cream. Just the taste of truth. Bitter, clean, and final.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.